Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Real Juicy Detox. How's everybody doing this evening? We are going to be talking about Kristin's beautiful journey to health and vitality. Kristin is one of our Juicy Detox members at the Real Juicy Detox in Facebook and on YouTube. Whoops. There we go. Whoops, not the right camera. My apologies. There we go. So Kristin's story is just so absolutely incredible. She has had a beautiful, powerful journey of health and vitality with this beautiful living food protocol with a high emphasis on fruit. And today I want to share you something that she shared in our group a couple of days ago. And it was just one of the most inspiring stories. And it's very common to see healing stories in our community. People are healing from all kinds of things. Excuse me, good evening. Dee was here yesterday, and Dee, you were telling us about your eczema that you suffered with for 8 years that healed up in 3 months. I do apologize. Detox is so fun, isn't it? I'm getting this phlegm coming out and being astringed because of all these beautiful fruits. So I do apologize if I need to cough and clear my throat a little bit. I'm also talking a lot. So Dee, you had your eczema healed up in 3 months just by doing this juicy detox protocol and living beautiful living foods high raw. And I'm so excited to share this story of success with you guys. I remember when I was a teenager and I used to read Shape magazine all the time. This is back when I was 16 years old, many moons ago. The first thing that I would do is I would flip to the success pages because I would want to see the person's transformation and be inspired. And the same remains today. Every time I see a success story, every time one of you in our community shares about something that you are healing, whether it is a physical condition or a mental, emotional mindset condition or a spiritual condition, it just makes me so, I don't know, it lights me up. It lights me up. Let me know if you guys feel the same way when you see success in our community like this. It gives me hope, man. Every day, it gives me more renewed hope, but more than hope, it gives me knowing. It solidifies a knowing within myself that this is absolutely the way to heal our bodies. The search is over, folks. The search is over. If you've been searching for a way out of your health condition, if you've been searching for a way to better mental clarity, less pain in your life, no more cancer in your body, you're in the right spot, baby. You're in the right spot. So let me take a sip of this watermelon juice. Join the conversation. Drop in. Let me know in the comments if you're here like Barry has done. Hello, Barry. Hi, Burns and everyone, says Barry. Hello, everyone. Ravika is here. Yay! Ravika is in the house. I'm catching you on live for a change. Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here. And Carol is here. Cheers. What's everybody drinking? Seeded watermelons are back aplenty where I live, and I am enjoying it. I'm feasting on it as mono meals. I'm sipping it throughout the day. I am just loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Yes, Carol says hi, everyone. I need to just plug in my phone because, of course, there's got to be one thing that I forget to plug in, right? Hang on. There's always one thing that needs plugging in, no matter how prepared and planned I think I am. There's always one more thing. It's a production over here. It's a production. Let me tell you what. Okay. All right, there we go. Hi, Lauren. Lauren is here as well. So as I mentioned, if any of you are wanting to heal anything within your body and you're frustrated, you've tried everything, you've been to every doctor, every specialist, nothing is working, I really encourage you to watch this entire class tonight. It's going to really give you an idea of how somebody with some very serious health impediment and health challenges and symptoms and diagnoses went through her healing process. And it gives you an idea, a look behind the scenes of what it's really like to heal your body, especially when you're really severely impacted. So I've screenshot the entire conversation, her post, as well as some of her comments when other students in the class, in the Facebook group, The Real Juicy Detox, link is in the description. So if you need to get in there, get in there. The inspo is incredible. So I screenshot the comments because people were asking more details. Well, what about this or what about that? And I've screenshot them all. I know that I was going to be doing today. Today's class was actually supposed to be on the healing symptoms, healing crises that we may experience, and the things that we can expect to feel once we have detoxed our body. And I thought, what better way to kick off this topic than to dedicate this class to understanding and cheering on and celebrating with Kristin her success story, because it is truly so incredibly mind-blowing. So I'm really glad that you guys are tuning in for this one. Ravika says, I'm drinking Heal All tea. I am in agony again. My urine infection is stubborn. Yes, I know. I saw that in the post in the group. When we go through detoxification, we are going to experience symptoms of things that we have suppressed before, most definitely. And these things that we have suppressed, like a bladder infection, and Ravika, my heart is with you, babe. I've had very intense bladder infections, as I mentioned in yesterday's class, throughout my entire adult life. And whenever I would start to feel this burning and intensity and urgency to pee, the first thing I would do is run to a doctor for antibiotics, because I was terrified. Is it going to go through my ureters and into my kidneys? Is this going to damage me? Like, oh my God, there's so much fear and misunderstanding around it. When you're doing this and you're doing an intense and very specific detox protocol, and you're high fruit, high raw, and you're going after your deep tissue cleaning, that is going to, all of those astringent properties in the fruit is going to pull out of your areas wherever you have lymphatic stagnation. It's going to pull that stagnation out, and it's going to start moving it along the lymphatic system to exit the body through your urine and through peeing, right? That's why in a future class, we're going to learn a lot about urine, how to look at our urine, how to know whether we are filtering or not, and what are the different things that we want to look for to indicate healthy kidneys and healthy kidney function. One of the things that happens when we start to, one of the main things that happens when we start to clean our bodies out with this detox type of protocol is that it pulls and starts cleaning out all the gunk wherever we are stuck the most. And we may not feel all of the symptoms all of the time. Like, we might have a long period of healing these symptoms out of our body. And what that feels like is pain in that area. So the fruits are actually showing us where our body is weakest. Isn't that amazing? I think that is just freaking incredible that our bodies, if we stop and listen and look at where our symptoms are coming up, it's going to indicate to us where we are healing and what we further need to do for our healing. But it shows us where we are healing. So wherever you're cleaning out at whatever particular point in time, maybe this time, now your body is going to dig deeper in different areas all over the place with such beautiful intelligence. Divine intelligence is at work in your body as we are healing it. And as we're going through these things, you are going to feel where is the most clogged. As it breaks up, loosens up, and starts flushing out, you're going to feel that. That's what happened with me, and that's what is happening with you with the bladder infection. It's not a urine infection. It's not a bladder infection. That is a symptom, a diagnosis. UTI, that's a medical diagnosis to describe the symptom, but it doesn't really talk about what's causing that symptom. It's not your urine is not infected. What's going on is that lymphatic stagnation is trying to pull and get cleaned out this area. Now, if you go and run and get antibiotics, I know you're in pain. I get it. Oh my God, I've been there, girl. I feel you. Are you drinking the Heal All tea? And are you taking D-mannose? Let me know in the comments, please, Ravika, because if you can do that, if you can increase your Heal All tea and have D-mannose, it will slowly subside. Your kidneys are not going to be damaged. In my opinion, that's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing. I'm just talking about what I understand about how the body heals and clears stuff away. This is not some infection that's going to crawl up into your kidneys for whatever reason. However, if you are on a very acidic diet, and if you are continuing to feed the acidosis, which causes the lymphatic stagnation and the pain and the excess bacteria that's in that organ, that area, that lymph-rich area, that increase in bacteria is there to gobble up more of the acids in the bloodstream so that we don't burn out our bloodstreams, because that is not going to be a good ending to the story. So the body, again, in its infinite divine intelligence, will go to that area to start cleaning it out. You might experience stuff that you're going to say, oh, I have a UTI, when it's really your bladder is stagnant and it's cleansing out this area. So my recommendation for you, honey, if it were me, and let me tell you what you said right here is everything. It happened after I ate some bad food. And we might think, oh, well, I'm clean now. I can cheat. What you're cheating yourself is your good health. I want you to know, first of all, it's a cheat meal, all right? Because you're cheating yourself out of feeling good. And your body responds automatically. Now, though, Ravika, now you're more aware, you're more sensitive, your body is like, you're going to kick up that acid response in your body of pain and inflammation. So you learned your lesson there. I would have thought you'd have learned your lesson when your son was fed the bacon and eggs and he got an instant reaction right away. I would have thought you'd have learned your lesson that these little cheats are only cheating you out of feeling good. So hopefully you learned that this time. And the teacher's going to be a little bit, I'm not shy to have a little tough love with you guys sometimes. When are you going to learn? Come on, guys. When are we all going to learn that you can only play the fool with your health for so long before your body starts speaking to you in a very strong way? Stop doing that. Stop doing it. I bought D-mannose, but it's still coming. I bought it online, drinking Heal All tea. It's going to take a while for this to clear out of your system. Know for a fact that this is stuff that you've done to your body over time. And then when you reintroduce those foods that are not foods, I don't know if you'd be brave enough to tell the class and the teacher, what did you eat? What were your bad foods? You don't have to share that, but maybe that would help somebody else understand that even doing little cheats is cheating yourself big time. Don't do it. Don't do it. How badly do you want to feel good all the time? Now you're paying for your indiscretions. How long has it been? It's been several days now, hasn't it? Now you're paying for it. When are we going to learn? Huh? Come on, man. When you know better, it's time to do better. It's time to stop playing the fool with your health. Otherwise, it's just intellectual masturbation. I'm going to be straight up with you. Hashtag intellectual masturbation. When you just are all in the information and you're doing the lip service, but really, what are we doing? I get really intense sometimes, you guys, because I fucking love you. Excuse my French. I got to edit that out on my thing. But I frigging love you guys. I love you. And it pains me to see you struggle. It pains me to see you do these, go off the wagon like that. If you're going to go off the wagon, at least go off the wagon with stuff that is not meat, not eggs, not dairy, not processed refined sugar, Come on, man. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Kristin is in the house, the girl of the hour. Woo! Kristin, we are so excited to talk about you tonight, baby. You are the student of the evening, of the day. Yes, indeed. Yes, Cheryl says, hello, friends. Yes, I have hope again. I will have to live. I have a will, sorry, I have a will to live, just not exist and suffer, feeling blessed and grateful. Cheryl, you are rocking, man. I tell you, Cheryl posted her before and after picture today, and I shared it on my Facebook page. Bam. I mean, I know you said you lost 30 pounds, but sometimes we don't really understand what that looks like, right? And if you give me actually just a second, I can do something here. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me go in and find, oh, it's just right on my profile. Right. I got to show you this beautiful girl, young woman, 55 years young. I should have pulled this up. And so many things healed within your body as well, you know? I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Let me pull this picture up here. I'm just going to make a new slide, which I do for the whiteboards, you know? Insert this photo. You guys got to see this. You guys got to see this. You're just like, come on, man. Come on, man, Cheryl. Are you kidding me? You are a babe. You are a babe, and rocking the abs in the other picture that you posted as well. Like, come on, 55 years old. Did you ever think you'd be looking this and feeling this good, Cheryl? Just absolutely incredible. Oops, undo that. All right. Let me just finish undoing this. Let's see here, fill layer. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right for you guys. You know what I mean? Okay, that's it. Let's share this out. How's everybody doing tonight? How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you guys enjoying today? Today is day 3 on our hashtag 10-day fruit detox. For those of you who have started already, go ahead and let me know in the comments if you're on it and how you're feeling. I am so excited that you guys are jumping on board with all of this. Like, seriously, when I do this kind of stuff, I'm just happy if one person watches the video. You know what I mean? I could be talking just me and you, just 2 of us, and I'd be happy. And to see how many people are really enjoying and getting so much benefit out of what I'm doing here with teaching these classes and with our Facebook group. Look at Cheryl. Come on. Get out of here. Last summer, you don't look like the same person at all. Can we give some freaking bells up in here for Miss Cheryl? Look at her go. 113 days raw vegan, mostly fruits, lots of juicing. That's right, baby. And she's 55 years old. She's 55 years young. Look at her. Look at her. Crazy. Cheryl, you just are so inspiring. You're just so inspiring. Yeah, I'm ringing the bell for you, baby. I'm ringing the bell. You rock, Burns, love you too. I mean, seriously. Sometimes people ask me, oh, how do you have all that willpower? I don't have any willpower. I suck at willpower. This has nothing to do with willpower, guys. This has to do with flooding your system with dense, beautiful, fruity food that God created for us. We are actually, as a species, human frugivores. We are frugivores. We're not herbivores. We're not meant to eat tons and tons of leafy greens with high cellulose. Some of the high cellulose and people who are obsessed with green juice, like, come on, stop it for a minute. Like, think about it, right? You get more energy. You have more energy on higher energetics in your food. There's nothing wrong with greens, by the way. I eat greens. I eat vegetables too. But 90% of my diet comes from fruit. All right. Yes, I know exactly where you can get your hands on the Heal All Tea, babe. I'm going to pull up a banner for you. And it is at And I make no, by the way, I make no money by referring you guys to Dr. Morse for you to go and buy your herbs yourself. This is not a network marketing thing. This is not, I don't get any kickback whatsoever. I don't have an affiliate link. I do have the ability, if I wanted to be a distributor for his herbs, but I can't handle that. That is like a whole, he's not really set up that way to make it simple and easy. You know what I mean? And I don't need to be the middleman. I got enough going on in my life. And honestly, I don't have the time, nor the inclination, nor the staff to take care of taking people's orders and then them paying me and then me sending the orders to Dr. Morse and then Dr. Morse sending the, I don't have time for all of that. I really don't. I mean, and it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. I recommend his herbs because they are exceptional. They support your body through the healing process. And I believe he is a real good person. And if I'm going to recommend you have any herbs whatsoever, he is my mentor. I am certified by Dr. Robert Morse. So of course I'm going to recommend his herbs. However, you can get the same herbs that he lists in the ingredients wherever you are. Play with your herbs. You don't have to get it from him. But if you want to get it from him already made up, it's convenient, it's already done. You don't want to make your batches yourself with your own loose leaf herbs that you get to match his formula. You know what I mean? Then get it from Dr. Morse. I think he has helped save a lot of our lives. And why not, support somebody and knowing as well that you're getting the best quality. So that's why I recommend Dr. Morse's herbs. I want to be very clear. I'm not affiliated. I don't get a kickback. This video is not being sponsored. None of that. Okay. Becca says, thanks for your honesty, Burns. Well, what am I if I'm not honest? You know what I mean? I care about you guys. And sometimes we all need a little bit of tough love. And sometimes we need to get that outside of ourselves because if we could tough love ourselves into it, we would have done it already, right? Barry says, when I was detoxing a few years ago, I had one with bad blood, so a bladder infection. When I went to the bathroom, Dr. Morse's office told me to use Parasite M and Kidney 1 tinctures 4 times a day, along with only fruit. After about 3 days, the pain was much better. I had a big dump of lymph in my urine. So there you go. Of course, that would be my recommendation as well, right? That obviously the kidneys are what is flushing out the lymphatic stagnation. So the more we can get this lymphatic system to move and to carry and to empty out of the body, the better. And you're absolutely 100% right. Parasite M and the Kidney #1 tincture. So thank you so much for that, Barry. You see how we're all in this together? I love you guys. Leave it. It means more when you speak passionately like that. Okay, I'll leave it in. I will leave it in. We love you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda. And I'm so glad that you are here. This class, as you guys know, the first 30 minutes are, warming up to the topic, getting you guys in conversation about where you are in your healing, and whatever comes up, comes up. So the first 30 minutes are always this part of the class. And then the second 30 minutes are the class teaching the lesson itself that I've prepared for you. And today's lesson is exploring Kristin's beautiful success journey. And then after for about 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour, we have a question and answer. So feel free to please, if you're watching this live, make sure to stick around and ask your questions, because I do go through all of the comments. So Amanda, I'm so happy that you are here. You're going to get some real, and I think you might have seen Kristin's post in the group. You're going to get some real inspiration, girl. You are in need of deep healing. All of the other stuff that you may have tried and have failed you, all of the stuff that, the excess protein and the not enough fiber and the fear of fruits, I'm here to help you with getting off of all of that merry-go-round, and everybody else as well. Because this is, as you're going to see with Kristin's story, if you can stay through and watch as I read out and show you on the screen Kristin's story, I am pretty much convinced that you're going to really want to give this a shot. Look at Kristin. Can we just look at this beautiful soul right here? This is Kristin. Now look at her before picture. Now, Kristin, you had sent me a little bit of a message this evening after I asked if it would be all right for me to read this out. And if you don't mind, I'll just read a little bit of the description. I had asked Kristin, do you have any pictures from your journey, from like starting out your journey? Just remind us, what did you look like? And she said, honestly, I only have that one picture of me at that time. I was so sick and just never let anyone take my picture. I asked my kids once if they had any of me on the down low. That was this is the only one that they had. So this picture here of her on the right side of the screen. And gosh, my heart just always goes out to her. This is the only one. It was about a year before I started. And she's been on this journey for 22 months. Oh, this is coming up to 23, right? You're almost at your 2-year anniversary, girl. My husband and it was about a year before I started. My husband and son-in-law had to help me get outside and in the chair. I didn't want to scare the babies, so they brought me out before the rest of the family showed up. I was in serious pain, but for them, I put on a brave face. That was 15 years of steroids and Plaquenil. Oh gosh, I hate even thinking about those days, months, and years. Painful time. I didn't see my family for 2 years. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm just like, whoo, I'm just feeling you, babe. I didn't see my family for 2 years as I didn't want my daughters and grands to see me. I was in serious bad shape. Like, oh my gosh, our heart goes out to you. So I wanted to share that. That was what she told me about that picture. And let's see here. Let's see here. Right? Cheryl's picture, was that not amazing? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read all of the other comments that we've got going on. All right. We effing love you too. Thank you so much, sweetie. Okay, so let's start. And we're going to be sharing. Let me just go like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go back after I continue on the teaching portion of this class. I'll be coming back in and reading all of your questions and comments. So definitely keep them coming. And as we're going through Kristin's beautiful journey to health and vitality, a living example of this truth, drop some love in the comments for this beautiful soul who is leading the way to really inspire us. I'm sure, Kristin, I'm sure you didn't start this journey to inspire anybody. You just started the story, as we're about to see, because you were at your absolute wit's end about what to do for yourself. So let's read this. Kristin says in our private Facebook group, I have to share this with the group. As most of you know, I was bedridden off and on for 35 years. I had 28 tendon tears, 1 tendon rupture, joint damages, knee replacement, peripheral neuropathy, small fiber neuropathy, NAFLD. I don't even know what that stands for. Maybe you can let us know in the comments, Kristin. Thyroid damage, insomnia, anxiety, and so much more, all caused by an antibiotic. I spent my entire adult life watching others have fun, never being able to participate. I was suicidal the day I started juicing and following Dr. Morse. Wow. We are so glad you didn't follow through on that, babe. I'm so happy. I never once thought I'd be well enough to walk, let alone do things I've only dreamt of. I'd lay in bed and imagine myself doing all these fun things. When my family would do things, I would listen intently as they described everything they did. Then I'd cry and just imagine being there. Oh my God. I'm covered with goosebumps, babe. Well, today there was no imagining. Look at our girl. Look at her in that paddle boat. Are you kidding me? Frick, man. Well, today there was no, I'm getting teary-eyed. I wanted to say, by the way, have your Kleenex handy because I'm already getting teary-eyed. Well, today there was no imagining. I'm not dreaming. I'm living and doing things I never believed I could do. A dear friend who had the same thing happen to her put this trip together for me. I cry just thinking of how blessed I am. Thank you, God, Dr. Morse and Burns. Oh my God. Thank you, Kristin. Wow. Without all three of you, I would never would have been able to fulfill a dream of a lifetime. Wow. Now I need to buy my own kayak and get busy living my life. So happy. Isn't that amazing? I mean, seriously. And I want to continue on reading. This was from somebody who asked, can you give us more details about what your healing journey was like? And this is what Kristin said. It was the end of July 2019. I was in a very bad way, worse than ever. My tendons were shredding everywhere. The slightest movement tore more. I had 28 tears and one rupture all at the same time. Plus mast cell disease, ME, CFS, cystic, what is CFS? And all the other things mentioned above. I was at the end. I just couldn't go on. I cried and prayed. Then something in my head said, go to Whole Foods, right? We get these inspirations. Where do they come from? Go to Whole Foods. Not an easy feat for someone in my shape. I asked my husband to take me. He gathered up the needed equipment to get me there. Your husband is amazing. What an angel. The ride was excruciating. I ugly sobbed the entire way. I was praying out loud. I asked God to guide me to what would heal me, to show me the most gentle, loving way to do the healing. I said, please, no butterflies on my shoulder, representing who knows what. I needed direct, godly direction. It's so interesting, Kristin. I had the same come to Jesus moment and discussion with my maker too. Absolutely. Well, we got there, got in my chair, and tried to look presentable, although I really didn't care. Paul wheeled me in the door, a store I've been to hundreds of times. The doors open, and this very bright light dominated from the ceiling and down to the left of me. There was no light bulb in the ceiling. I followed the light, and it entered at a fresh pressed juice bar. I sat there, and out loud I said, God, I can't drink juice. I'll need to run to the restroom with severe diarrhea. My husband will have to take me in the men's room. I will be humiliated. Just then I felt this huge, warm push inside me, something saying, you need to do this. So I asked my husband to take me there. I asked how long the bar was there. She said, since the store opened a long time ago. I never noticed it. So Paul bought me a juice. I sipped it through the store. I didn't need to use the restroom. It didn't make me sick. I was getting histamine and other severe reactions to foods for 17 years. There was zero reaction to this juice. So Paul took me back, and when we asked more questions, the lady said they last 3 days in the fridge. So every 3 days, Paul ran and got me some more. This went on for a month. My husband finally said, let's buy a juicer. I love you, Paul. My husband finally said, let's buy a juicer. I knew nothing about making juice. I knew about Dr. Morse, though. I saw a few of his videos in the past and blew them off. I had 2 women in the past beg me to do his protocol. I blew them off, too. I thought he was eccentric, a bit over the top. But God once again said, nope. You keep pushing my blessings away. Oh, you keep pushing away my blessings. Now I'm telling you, this was a spiritual awakening. I started watching Dr. Morse's videos, old, new, it didn't matter. Then I bought his book. This book. I haven't stopped. I started with green juice, and then when I researched Dr. Morse and my body was handling the juice better, I slowly switched over to fruit juices. I also found Burns and the Real Juicy Detox, and maybe 7 months in, converted to raw and juice. I still do one green juice in the morning. I eat one raw meal around noon, and the rest of the day is fruit juices. All day, air day, air day. I do a lot of short juice fasts now. So I may eat raw food for a week once a day and then go on a week juice fast and then add in raw food again. This seems to have helped me the most. In the first month, I went from not even being able to peel a banana and put it in a blender as the fatigue was so bad, to sitting and making my own juice. Wow, first month, that's amazing. At 5 months, I was walking, still with some pain, as I still had a lot of tears and PNSFN. At 5 months, I started reducing my thyroid meds as I was now running hyperthyroid. Yeah. When you start balancing out your glandular system and they start working and you keep on putting on top of it the hormones or the steroids or the whatever that they produce on top of that, your body says, oh, now we're hyperactive. I tried adding cooked food around this time, but it just inflamed me more. So raw it was. This is when the biggest turnaround happened. I was walking in the pool every day, sitting in the sun, grounding. I remember that, Kristin. Then last year, I finally got the rebounder. This helped me move my lymph and clean out even more debris. I still have a few issues to clear up. This, though, has been the most healing and liberating thing to happen to me. I've gained more back than I ever dreamed possible. In 22 months, I have completely reversed the destruction and have been rebuilding, making a life worth living, knowing each and every day is a blessing. I continue on. I've tried in the past, even last Thanksgiving, to try to eat a normal meal, but healthy cooked meal, and nope, it makes me sick all over again. I'm still toxic, but oh, how the body works when you give it what it really needs. I've tried other diets in the past, things like Atkins, keto, AIP, Walls, etc. I would get a little improvement, but then I'd get worse and worse. I'll tell my husband my fat cells were toxic because it couldn't be the organic animal foods I was eating. I was in the mindset that we need meat to survive. I was wrong, very wrong. It might only be going on 2 years, but it's the best 2 years ever. And I will continue this for as long as my body loves it, which I know will be forever. And then somebody asked another question and about her husband because, oh, Kristin, oh my gosh, I forgot one of the things. But this is what Kristin said regarding her husband. My husband was also inspired so much that he is now 100% raw and fruit juice. He was a huge meat eater too. He witnessed my transformation and wanted it for himself too. He first went vegetarian, which I never believed he could stick to it. Then he switched to vegan, now completely raw. He had to do it in stages. Of course, a lot of us have to do it in stages, right? It's okay. He had to do it in stages. His health report was phenomenal. 16 months ago, he was diagnosed with an aortic aneurysm and calcified arteries. His doctor wanted him to put him on statins, but Paul knew no pharmaceutical would heal him. His newest test results last month, ta-da! Aortic aneurysm is gone. Let's hear it for Paul in the comments, guys. Calcified arteries, gone. All blood work, perfect for a 40-year-old man. He's 61. Hello. Reverse aging, baby. Leaner, in better shape than ever, leaner, muscular, happy. This works if you continue. This works if you continue. The body was designed to heal itself. Amen, sister. We just load it up with so much crap that it can't work right. You got this. Healing is already starting as your mind is very powerful. Kristin for the win. Look at this beautiful soul. I don't know if any of you can resonate with any of that, but I sure did. I sure could. I may not have had the same diagnoses that she had, but, um, you know, so many of us are suffering silently. We may look great on the outside, or we may not look great on the outside. And we may, but all of us, unless you're doing something like this to help yourself, to clean yourself up, to rebuild and rejuvenate damaged tissues, organs, and glands with the power of fruits and living food, unless you do this, you're going to be suffering in silence. You're suffering in silence. I know you are. I know you are. So if you're watching this, I encourage you to come on over to the Real Juicy Detox group and find this post at the top. There's a little magnifying glass. You click that and you type in Kristin, and you will find her posts from that are in the group. And I would love for you guys to come on and comment and let her know that you're inspired by her to continue being on this journey. This is the path to healing. And much like Kristin, I've tried every other thing as well. And I've been on all the chemotherapy and doing all the radiation treatments and doing all of that nonsense in hopes that that would somehow heal my body. And nothing could be further from the truth. What heals the body is having a clean terrain, a clean interior environment for your cells to function properly and work as they were designed to work. And the only way that we're going to do that is if we go back to our species specific diet, which is fruit. I've got a great article that I'll be posting about how we are actually, by design, frugivores. That is our main supply of energy. We are designed to utilize fructose and glucose for energy most efficiently. All the other stuff just turns into an acid slurry in the body and leaves us, like Kristin did over on this side. All right, that's all that it does. It leaves us in a world of pain. And then you go and you add on top of that freaking antibiotics that are not tested. Maybe you're going to get the thing because you're somehow brainwashed into thinking that that is the thing to do to yourself, to put experimental drugs into your body. Don't be anybody's guinea pig. Stop it. You go and you put on top of probably an already acidic condition because you didn't know going in, and then you put on top of that these very toxic antibiotics and drugs, and it messes up your entire system. And for some people in a very dramatic way, because they're already compromised without really even knowing it. And then you just continue to eat your acid lifestyle, thinking that, no, the things I put in my mouth, the chemistry I put in my body don't matter, when in fact it's everything. Chemistry in is chemistry out, people. It's very simple. And there's only two sides of chemistry, the acid side and the alkaline side. And when we understand that, when we truly understand that, we can turn everything around in our body. So thank you so much, Kristin, for allowing me to share your absolutely beautiful story of health and vitality. And let's look at what these beautiful comments are here. Cystic fibrosis, possibly. Hey, Darren, welcome to class, my friend. So glad that you are here. Darren, I got your message, by the way. Just let me pop in real quick here and say this. I got your message about being an active moderator in your group. I was just in the middle of selling my house at the time and then preparing these courses. I will think about that and see how my time works out. I'm pretty busy and I don't want to commit to something that I don't won't actually be able to help you with. So I will get back to you on that. Thank you for popping in so much. Let's see here. Let's get these Kristin comments up out here. Get it done, Kristin. Proud of you, says Becca. You're amazing, Kristin, says Cheryl. I mean, come on, man. A superstar, a hero in my book. Kristin, you saved your own life. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. She sure did. Let us remind ourselves that no doctor has ever healed anyone of anything in the history of the world, man. They may be able to cut out body parts. They're really good at that. And they may be able to suppress symptoms with medication. They're really good at that. And in the process, they create more death and destruction than the actual symptoms and than the actual acidosis, believe it or not. The human immune system heals, and that's the only thing that heals, the human immune system. And there are ways, and we hear this a lot, oh, support the immune system, take vitamin C supplements. It's like, oh my God, stop it with the supplements. Stop it. We get vitamin C in our food source, complete, not processed, not heat treated. Heat kills the vitamin C. You're making expensive pee. Stop it. This is the only thing. Fruits, vegetables, powerful healers for the immune system. This is what gets your lymphatic system moving. This is what clears out and astringes, pulls out of the cells all of the gunk, tons of antioxidants, all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the protein. Yes, even in fruit, all the protein that your body needs. As long as you're eating an abundant diet. So many people, I see it everywhere. I'm so hungry. I can't do this. I'm starving. You're not eating enough fruit. When we eat the amount and the quantity and the quality of fresh, beautiful, living food, preferably in the form of fruits, watch and see what happens in your body. It's powerful. This is what detoxifies us. This is what cleans us out. This is what heals us. This is what allows our body to regenerate itself. Because you can't regenerate dead, damaged tissue until you clean it out. You know what I'm saying? So drink up, people. Eat up. Eat your fruits in abundance. I've really realized this lately, how important a high volume of food is. At the first sign of hunger, I'm packing in at least 2 or 3 bananas. I'm trying to get up to eating 6 to 10 bananas a day, because of the high potassium, the high good quality, dense nutrition, the high amount of calories. And since I've been doing this, really working on increasing my volume of food, my inflammation is coming down further. My skin is improving by the minute. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, whoa, you're so smooth. Who is this? Not to say I haven't felt that before at all on this protocol. I certainly have. But I feel more so now that I'm really focusing on high volume, high quantity, high quality, and high quantity of nutrition. It's absolutely amazing. It's really incredible. Kristin says, Malvina, this is amazing, girl, right? Right, Malvina? Is this not totally inspiring? Wow, says Becca, you are a true warrior, Kristin. Thank you so much, Kristin. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Thank you. CFS, thank you. Chronic fatigue syndrome. I should know these things, but as I'm reading, I'm trying to not miss any words, and my brain isn't. Yes, CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. Thank you. It is so beautiful. Yeah, that is so beautiful. Isn't this incredible? Yes, indeed. Chronic fatigue. I would be lost without my book. I'm always referencing it. This is one of the most incredible textbooks ever written, in my opinion. And I love textbooks. I'm a real teacher. I'm a real geeky teacher. I geek out on textbooks, and this these are the notes from which I teach these beautiful classes. This is information that's rooted in science. And I have had people say, well, where's the science for that? It's like, dude, look it up. If you're really interested in finding these answers, go looking for it. Go actually looking for the information. Yes, we do have resources as well. Dr. Morris has on his site a whole list of resources of scientific articles, which his work is based on. Go look, it's all there. There's only so much I can do, and so much I can teach, and so much I can share. It's all there for you. This is just a jumping off place to get your interest and your desire and your intention clarified. Where could I find the story of Kristin? I would love to show it to my husband. Kristin, you are amazing. It is right in our Real Juicy Detox group page. So go on in there and search for her name at the top. Wow, fantastic, says Carol. Becca says, I'm a mess. This is beautiful. Hey, man, the beautiful thing about that, Becca, is that if Kristin can do it, you can do it too, baby. You know, Kristin was a mess. The beautiful thing is that we have the answer. We have the truth. Finally, we have the truth. What more could you want? Now put it in practice, put it into action. Don't quit. Don't give up after 10 days or 3 months or a year or ever. Once you find the truth, you stick with it or you go back to your suffering. You choose. It's your choice. I'm not pushing my thing on anybody. It's your choice. How do you want to feel, right? How good do you think you can feel in your body? Shoot, I forgot to turn something on here for this class. 1 second. I just realized this. Okay. This is beautiful. So glad I found this group. This is changing my life and helping me create my new story. Absolutely. That is what this is all about. Got a lot to heal from, but I absolutely know we were meant to heal. Absolutely. This body was designed to heal. All we have to do is give it what it was designed to consume. And that is not flesh protein. That is not animals from the sea. That is not menstruations, as Freely calls it. I love that girl. I don't agree with all of her protocol, but I love her. She so much like right on the money. I'm learning a lot from her, right? These menstruations, these eggs, they're just so toxic for the body. Why do we think that we should be eating the menstrual cycles of chickens? It's like crazy. Very toxic to the body. Very, very toxic. Got a lot to heal from, but I absolutely know we were meant to heal. What a blessing to have this community. Thank you. You're so welcome. Okay, let's see here. Sandy, hey there, Sandy. Sandy says, wow, what an inspirational story. Good for the both of you, right? So good. Cheryl says, this testimonial is amazing and incredibly inspiring. Thank you, Kristin. You've done extraordinary work. Love this. I'm telling you, man. Hey there, Terry. Very touching stories, right? Both for Paul and for Kristin. Like, I mean, they have so much to live for. They have so many beautiful grandbabies and so much life left to live. You know, they're young. They're in their 60s. That's young. They shouldn't be suffering with heart disease and chronic fatigue syndrome and all of this. We can do something about this. Fruits heal as nature intended. 100%. 100%. Living proof right here. Barry says, Kristin, thank you so much for sharing your journey. It's so nice to have encouragement to be consistent and to stay on fruit and raw every day. Absolutely. How do you think this has been so easy for me? Number one, I'm teaching myself so I can teach you. Number two, big important thing, I recognize and I realize that I love how I feel, and how I feel is 100% determined by what I put in my body. And number three, from all of you guys, oh my God, you guys are doing this work. You're doing this work. And it's like, I'm in the group all the time getting inspiration. Not that I need inspiration to do what I do. I don't. I did this June, July, August, September. I did this for 4 months on my own by myself without really sharing it, without teaching before I started teaching this. I can do this on my own. When I buy into something, I'm all in, baby. I'm all in. But seeing you guys and your posts and your encouragement and what you're eating and the funny memes, oh my gosh, I just love you guys. You're just such an incredible community. And that is why I've dedicated the rest of my life to sharing this with you guys and to helping you guys change your lives, because, oh my God, This feels so much better. This feels so much better than how I used to feel. Kristin feels so much better. Paul feels so much better. All of you who are doing this feel so much better. And we need to spread the word. We need to share with more people. We need to become citizens of this beautiful collective of souls that we are here and help out our fellow spiritual beings having this beautiful physical experience. Some of our physical experiences are not that beautiful. I know, but that's because you didn't know what you didn't know. But now that you know, you know, you know, and now it's time to do better by yourself. It's time to love ourselves into wholeness. It's time to feed our body, feed our mind, feed our souls with what is most elevated. And when it comes to feeding your body, there is nothing more elevated than living raw foods, than focusing on a high fruit protocol. There is nothing more elevated, nothing more elevated. Lauren says, thank you so much for sharing. Oh my God, I can't relate more. The same antibiotic left me very damaged, sick, and unable to stand and walk 7 years ago. Babe, have been trying to heal myself ever since. Well, you're in the right spot. Look no further. Stay with us on this journey. We are here for you. We are here for you. You can do this. Kristin did it. A lot of people are doing it, but Kristin specifically did this with the same thing that caused your injury. You can do this too, 100%. Yes, and I'm off all medication. Thyroid works perfect. Hello, there's more. Liver is working again. Everything has improved beyond anything I could imagine. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is good for niacin? Fruits. Same answer, Bob. It's always going to be the same answer. I'm going to start sounding like a broken record. Fruits. Fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds in moderation have everything our body needs. It balances out our adrenal glands, which are responsible for the production and the utilization and the regulation of all of our minerals in our body. You heal your adrenal glands, you're not deficient in anything. Sheila says, Kristin, I'm beyond thrilled for you. Thank you for sharing your success story. You're inspiring more than you'll ever know. Oh, I know that she knows because she inspires herself every day. So, but yeah, maybe not. You're right. You might be right. Maybe more than you'll ever know. But when you do this work, you have a different level of consciousness and awareness. It just happens when you have this high energetic, high power food inside of you all the time, and you're not eating the flesh, the dead, decaying flesh of animals, where you have to cook it so much to kill off all the bacteria and all of the, the salmonella and all of the, but a lot of times you're not killing off that stuff anyhow. But yeah, she inspires me like crazy. No, bananas don't slow down detox. No, it's a fruit. Fruits are alkaline. What enhances your detoxification? Fruits. You can go on a banana monofruit diet and your body will detox like crazy. Some fruits are more astringent and the more sour, the more acidic tasting, and the flavonoids a fruit is, the more astringent it is, but they don't slow down detox. We need to keep ourselves highly nourished and highly energized during this detox period to support our body. I know they're not slowing down my detox because so far I'm down 1 pound. In 3 days, I'm not that big. I'm 121 pounds. So I'm not looking to drop like 10 pounds in 10 days, 2 pounds a week. And I'm already down 1 pound eating a lot of bananas, baby, and dates. Yeah. How long do you wait after eating watermelon to eat something else? I would say probably about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. try it out, see how you feel. If you are too close to that window, then you might find you're getting a lot of gas after eating the next fruit. But you'll figure it out. Sometimes I'll try to do like an hour window, but you don't need to worry too much about the timing. Let me go up here and make sure I caught everybody's comments from before. I have blood too. That scares me a bit. Blood in your urine is one of the detox symptoms. Remember from when we did the detox symptoms before? I should be ready for that class tomorrow. I'm trying to really pace this in a certain deliberate way so that it flows like a course should flow. So we should be doing that tomorrow. There are so many fruits to choose from. I never get bored. Exactly. We have an abundance of fruits. Sometimes it's just a matter of stepping out of our comfort zone and what we know we already like and trying other fruits. But yeah, we have so many. Hey there, Sherry. Sherry is in the house. And Carol says, I had 32 ounces of watermelon juice, some grapes, dates, some cherries, 2 bananas. I'm sipping on Heal All Tea. I'm feeling good so far. Good. Good. And you will know if you're not getting enough nutrition, if you're getting cravings, if you are getting, if you're feeling hungry, you're not eating enough food. Eat more food. Cheryl says, this is the second time going vegan and juicing like mad. And I didn't learn my lesson like mad. Mad at myself. Don't be mad at yourself. You got to let that go. You needed to experience the contrast of what you experienced when you went vegan, and then you didn't learn my lesson the first time, went back to a standard American diet, never again. See the clarity you have now? You have incredible clarity on this topic. So don't be mad at yourself for more clarity. You know what I'm saying? Turn that around. Okay, yes, Ravika, she said, we went to a Greek restaurant. I had pastry with custard, a tiny bit of octopus, and half of a cheese ball. I said no to many others, but I did try those. Well, the octopus is sea life. It is not supposed to be eaten. That's not what we were created to eat. Not at all. Sea life has an actual really high amount of toxicity in it because of all of the runoff from the land and from industry that feeds into oceans. And we eat them, we cook them, we heat them up, all of these plastic and all of these toxins that is absorbed into the sea life. And then we eat that thinking that is somehow our food. It's very toxic. It is highly acidic. And a half a cheese ball, well, yeah, you kind of got what you were looking for, babe. That amount of dairy, any amount of dairy, very clogging, very congesting, very, very congesting. And, pastry and custard, man, that's a big, you had an acid bomb. An acid bomb went off, babe. Don't do that again. That was your lesson. Let that be your clarity. Stop playing the fool with your health. Stop it. Why are you doing that? Are you enjoying the after effects of that now? Now you're like, dang it. Why did I do that? Mother of 4, too. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, you're amazing, babe. You are amazing. And Amanda says, I had coffee this morning, but then I rocked fruit all day and had cucumber, pineapple, tomato salad tonight. I made a tomato and red pepper salad tonight, actually. And I overdid it on the peppers, like the hot peppers. I put a piece of jalapeno. I put a little too much chipotle powder. And I put some Frank's Red Hot sauce in it. And then I had to go, I was like, okay, this is too spicy. Let me go blend a mango into this. And it turned out really good. But I only needed a really little bit of it. I was just craving something savory, I was filled up already on watermelon juice and watermelons and oranges. And I think I did 3 bananas this afternoon and orange juice again this morning. So I was really filled up, and I'm probably going to have a little bit to eat right after this class, because it was like my mouth is watering right now just thinking of the savoriness of it. It was really, really good. Okay. All right, I've got some other new comments down here. I saw that Kristin had commented. Kristin says, one of the women that talked to me a few years ago about Dr. Morris, she did a banana fast. She ate boxes of bananas and healed herself. Fruit is where it's at. We are afraid of food. I cannot tell you how much I love bananas and how much I have always thought that they'll make me gain weight because it was a banana. Crazy. That's crazy talk. We are normalized. We are made to normalize. Like they've normalized eating sugar and candy and chocolate and junk food and animal parts and dairy and octopuses, octopi, and shrimp and seafood. And they great cultures have great ways of making this such good food. Like the Greeks really know how to do it. They know how to really do it up. But oh my gosh, look at your average person there. And what are they suffering with? And how much is their food aging them? In some cultures, by the time you're 50, 60, 58, 55, you're toast. Like you're like old and decrepit. And you look at them and it's like, well, I shouldn't say old and decrepit looking, but they're struggling. You know what I mean? They're struggling with their health. And it's because of all the culture rich foods that are actually not food for the Homo sapien, not food for the human frugivore. We are frugivores by design. We are meant to eat bananas. It has all of the nutrition, all of the minerals, all the vitamins, all the protein, by the way, all the bioavailable amino acids. Let's stop using this word protein. We don't need protein. We need bioavailable amino acids, the building blocks of life. We do not need it in structured flesh. We got to learn these lessons, baby. And sometimes you got to learn it the hard way, right, Ravika? Sometimes you got to learn it the hard way. Good to know. I love bananas. Me too. So whenever I'm feeling hungry now, I'm going to pack away a few bananas. It's filling. It feels good in my body. It's great for your bowel movements. It's like fantastic for your bowels. It's sweet. It's delicious. It's satisfying. This is not a starvation protocol. Remember, this is an abundant fruit protocol that we are doing to heal our bodies, and it works. Can you eat too many dates? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Another myth. Oh, they're so high in sugar. Come on, man. Eat them up. Eat your dates. Eat your dates. This is not a restriction diet, not at all. Dates are fruits. If you're eating dates, make sure to drink a lot of juice along with that, like your fruit juice, or you can blend that into a shake. You can put a bunch of dates with a bunch of bananas, cover it up with water in your blender, blend that up. It's beautiful. It's an amazing drink. You want to rehydrate them for best optimal bowel health. Soak them in a little bit of water, let them rehydrate, and then put that water in your blender because it's a nice sweet liquid. It's a nice sweet syrup that's left behind, all raw, all living, all fruit. Blend that up in your blender. Amazing. Or you can eat the dates after they've been rehydrated. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amazing. I see everybody else tuning in. I see my cousin Judy is here. Hi there, Judy. So glad that you are in class. I hope you're doing well on your on your fruit detox, our 10-day fruit detox. Stacy is here. Hello, hello, Stacy. So glad to see you here. Judy says, I have a tooth abscess. Is this fruit detox going to help decrease the swelling? Well, oftentimes we will have, again, the juices are going to highlight and show you where you're lymphatically weakest. Our mouths are a hotbed of lymphatic circulation right in this area. And for a lot of us, we have stagnation and lymphatic compromise in this area. So when we start doing the juice detox, it's going to pull and astringe these toxins out of this very sensitive mouth area. And it's, our mouths are filled with these pain receptors, right? And it's always moist. When you start getting stuff in your mouth coming out, know that this is the acids that this fruit is helping you cleanse out of your system. How do you heal it? How do you help that go away? I really recommend getting the Heal All Tea by Dr. Morse and rinsing out your mouth with the Heal All Tea. Make a batch of Heal All Tea, swirl it around in your mouth, hold it in there for 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, spit it out. Do that again over and over and over. Do that several times a day. You can also then make a batch of Heal All Tea and drink it. This helps soothe the mouth area. I know when we were doing, I know that this works because when we were doing the grape juice challenge, feast, back in October last year, my tongue was so sore and torn up. I used to get, just like my dad, just like Uncle Barry, my daddy, he used to get geographical tongue as well, where if he would eat certain things, he would get craters on his tongue. I had the same thing. Hereditary? Well, yeah, because, you get your parents' genetic code, right? I use the Heal All Tea, and within about a day, probably less than a day, the first day when I started drinking that, it started to ease up. And within a few days, my tongue went all pink and all rejuvenated and all fresh and not all messed up. But it was cracked. I remember I was teaching class and I was like, oh, it was a long class. And I'm like, here's to the grape juice. Ow. And I would try to put my straw right to the back of my tongue so it wouldn't hurt my tongue. I pushed through though, and it does ease up, honey. Yes, it will. I have had several abscesses, says Carrie. Thank you so much, Carrie. Fruit will take care of it for sure. Certain fruits might be a little bit too astringent and too pulling, Judy. So you might want to back off of certain fruits, like citrus will really bring up a lot of tooth stuff. So you can go with some of the milder fruits for sure. Watermelon, I find to be really mild when I have anything going on in my mouth, but stick with it. Stick with it. My eczema is so inflamed yesterday. Yeah, that happens. So my body is releasing these toxins, do you think? Yeah, oftentimes when the body starts, you really want to work on getting your kidneys opened up and filtering as much as possible, because when we have this lymphatic system starts moving around, if our kidneys aren't caught up as yet, some of that's going to come out of your largest eliminative organ, which we know is the skin. And the skin is also called the third kidney. So keep on supporting yourself. Keep on taking, if you are Jennifer, if you can get your hands on them. If you can't get your hands on Dr. Morse's herbs, or you want to make your own, measured out tea at home. Remember when I did making the Heal All Tea back several months ago? Go back and revisit that class, and you can make your own tea by sourcing your herbs wherever is local to you. So there's a variety of ways to get around and to do that. So this is definitely your body. This is definitely the fruit showing you where you're weakest as well. All right. Not everybody is going to get eczema breakouts. Some people do, because that's where their weakness lies. Yeah, Kristin says, thank you, everyone. It's a journey I'll be on forever. Really happy to be alive. That makes me so happy. From going from not wanting to live to going to being really happy to be alive. That says a lot, babe. Really, really does. Ravika says it has a lot to do with genes too. My parents eat everything and they look so young. Definitely, I won't eat octopus and cheese ball again. Well, that's good. It's good to know that you're not going to do that again. And while they might look so young, do you think they're really telling you of all of their bathroom issues, or all of their digestive issues, or all of their head issues, or all of their asthma issues, or breathing problems, or thyroid issues? Do you really think you know everything that's going on with your parents? I'm telling you, everybody's suffering in silence. If they're eating this stuff, they're either numb to the fact that they're in so much pain, or they just think this is just how we be, It's not just about looking young. And that's a relative thing anyhow. That's relative. It's not so much about how you look on the outside. It's about how you feel on the inside. I've always been told that I looked younger than my age, always. My parents, they looked younger than their age too, right up until when they passed away. Barred the fact that they were really out of shape. but they've always been like, oh my God, I've always heard it growing up my entire life. My God, Burns, your parents are so young. They look so young. I've always been told I look really young. But now that I'm doing this, I really look vibrant. It's not just about how you perceive your parents to look. You know what I mean? It's about what they're silently suffering with and not talking about to anybody, even their spouses, right? Hi, Nancy. So glad that you are here, honey. Welcome to class. Hi, everyone. Question. Do you ever reach, hey, bee lady, do you ever reach a level of alkalinity that ticks will not bother you? Probably. Yeah, probably. But then again, you know, there's always going to be something that might irritate you or that you might be always susceptible to. But ideally speaking, probably, yeah. There's probably a see, when a tick bites us, we think that that is the actual agent or factor that makes us sick. When in reality, it's the level of pollution in your terrain. And you just add one more thing in there. You add one more tick bite, or you add one flu, and all hell breaks loose in your system because or one antibiotic, because you're pretty acidic to begin with. Maybe even not even realizing, because you just come to assume that the aches and pains are, oh, that's just me getting old, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? After you mentioned bananas, I did 4 in banana ice cream with blueberries and mango. Babe, you are a rock star. So satisfying. Thank you, universe, for you. Love you. That is amazing. You want to always be satisfied. Fruits are your friends. That's what our body was designed to use when we deprive ourselves. And then we wonder why we get into this cycle of cravings and cheat meals and binge days, falling off the wagon, getting back on the wagon, off the wagon, on the wagon. If that's you, I want you to ask yourself, how much am I eating? Am I under eating, or am I eating enough food? Am I have this diet mentality? Have I shrunk my stomach? So much so that a little bit of food makes me feel really full. If that's the case, you might need to slowly work on expanding your stomach. Your stomach can expand, and it also can shrink, right? So some of us are out here in diet deprivation, intermittent fasting. I'm not going to eat until a certain time, see how long I can starve myself. Listen, your body needs cellular dynamic energy all the time. You have fasted enough from your last meal in the evening. And sometimes I eat later in the evening. If I'm hungry, I'm going to feed my body. I'm not going to bed hungry. I'm not stupid. I'm going to bed satisfied and satiated, because I know it's going to shrink my stomach if I don't make sure to fill it when my body is calling for food. Especially with me, I've had a Roux-en-Y procedure when I had my stomach removed for the first tumor that showed up on my stomach in 2011, gastrointestinal stromal tumor. They took 90% of my stomach. I have had to work at gently stretching back my stomach to accommodate a larger amount of food, but still probably maybe stretch back to 40% of what it probably was, going by how much I can eat before it makes me nauseous. You know what I mean? These are important concepts. If I can get across anything to you guys, high fruit, low fat, because fat will prevent the fructose and glucose from getting through the cell wall. It will. High fruit, low fat, and high raw vegan for the rest of the stuff. I'm telling you, we're not eating enough. High quality, high quantity, high volume. That is the way to do it. Carrie says, for my teeth abscesses, I have made heal all tea and put the leftover herbs in a tea bag in my mouth and sleep with it in. Truly helps. Excellent idea. I wouldn't sleep with it in, because during the night, what is going to happen is that tea bag is going to astringe and pull out those toxins locally right there. And in the evening at night, as you sleep, that is going to trickle down the back of your throat. So Dr. Morris has said it. When you swish out swish your mouth, or you can make a poultice like you did, put it in a bag, pack it in, but spitting it out. Don't ever swallow that saliva. That's a really important tip. I love banana. I can't get enough, says Nancy. Awesome. Feast out on it, baby. So why do some people get stomachache after bad food and some others cough, bones ache, or urine infection like me? Is it where the weaknesses are? Yes, babe, you're catching it. You're getting it. It is exactly that. Our fruits are going to show us where we are weakest, right? You might be weak in a different area than your son or than your mother or than your husband or than anybody else. I didn't get any stomachache and I thought it didn't affect me, but then my bladder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People don't associate what they're eating with the symptoms that they're experiencing, because my stomach felt great. It tasted amazing. Meanwhile, I have the tea, but I couldn't get black walnut, white bark, doing the old recipe with lung tea ingredients. Yeah, that's okay. If you can't get certain ingredients in certain teas, add in other herbs. They're so beneficial. Burdock root. What were the things in did I erase the, I erased I can only save so many class slides at a time. So I literally erased the Heal All Tea class from my notes. So, but all of the herbs, play with the herbs. The herbs are your friends. They're there to support your body. Play with them, experiment with them, take a note of how you feel when you take them, play with them, have fun with the herbs. Both are pretty healthy compared to their friends. Well, compared to their friends, they might be really healthy or seem really healthy, right? But that doesn't mean that they're healthy. That just means that their friends are in worse shape than they are, right? My mom just has fungus on her toenails and she is trying raw, as she is inspired by me after I healed my MS. Beautiful. But toenail fungus is a sign of parasite. She would really, really benefit by getting in the parasite M for microbial invaders in our body. But if she's getting impact in her toe, she's impacted systemically, because for something to show up in your toe, there's something going on systemically, right? And it's not a character judgment, right? It's just an indication that she needs to continue to clean herself. It might take a while for that toe to heal up, but gosh, it will. It absolutely will. Still finding it a mental game. Says Anne-Marie, thank goodness the only thing I have in the fridge is oranges. Awesome. Otherwise, goodness knows what I'd be eating. Well, you're doing an awesome job on your mono orange, right? So this is a mental game. This helps develop a certain, commitment to yourself, a certain amount of discipline. Although I always say I don't have any self-discipline, but you do. You have discipline to decide, what do I want to feel and how do I want to feel and what do I want to put in my body? It's not so much I need discipline to, fight off the cravings and, keep myself motivated. No, I'm a human being like anybody else. Sometimes, I do get cravings and I satisfy them. I was craving something savory for dinner tonight, so I threw some fruit vegetables in the food processor along with some dates, and I blended up a delicious antipasto / salsa, right? Totally satisfies my cravings. We need to clean out the house. Remember, that was one of our first tips before. We need to clean out the house of all of the junk so that when you do feel a little bit like, I'm feeling a little peckish and I'm tired of oranges, you can say, I don't have anything in the house and I'm damn sure not getting in the car to go drive and buy some stuff that I know I'm going to regret. So I'm going to watch a class. I'm going to put on a meditation. I'm going to watch an interesting movie. I'm going to check out the Facebook group. I'm going to go there for some inspiration. It is a mental game sometimes, right? Yeah, and you're doing it. I'm really proud of you, Anne-Marie. Keep going. Keep going. Anne-Marie as well is another one of our beautiful success stories and students. And before she even found out about this way of doing this, she lost 100 pounds. And she's continuing to really, really clean out her body and continue to get healthy. And she was one of my one-on-one coaching clients. And oh my gosh, I just absolutely loved every single session. Such a cool person you are, Anne-Marie. I'm so honored to know you. So honored. You're amazing. Thank you. I didn't know that. I thought I was doing a good thing with sleeping with the tea bag. Well, almost there. And that's okay. You didn't hurt yourself or anything, right? But for optimal health, you don't want to be re-ingesting those toxins that you're pulling out. But now you know, so that's good. What are the herbs in Heal All Tea? I'm going to invite you to go to the Facebook group, Renee, and go onto the little icon with the magnifying glass and search for Heal All Tea, and the recipe is in there. What does it mean if your heels are dry and cracked? Well, I've seen once before. One of my clients, Danielle, had her entire foot peeled, and mine did too. It was interesting. We kind of started our healing journey about the same time. I was a little bit. I think I was like a month ahead of her, if I'm not mistaken. And she was telling me burns, like, what is going on with my foot? Look at my feet during one of our sessions. And I looked at her foot and I was like, oh my God, that my foot was doing that too. It's like what I experienced, she experienced kind of in the same time frame. It's detox. It's your skin renewing itself, peeling itself off. You're kind of shedding. What I do with mine is I do a little bit of scrub with one of those heel scrubbers, and then I put some nice coconut oil on my feet. I don't do it as often as I probably should, but because I'm on my feet a lot. I don't have, pedicure perfect feet, but usually it means that either you're healing and you're detoxing, or you need to heal and detox yourself. It all depends on what you're consuming. Good job, Anne Marie. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Love you. I love you too, babe. And Renee Michelle, thank you. And Renee Michelle, I think I missed some of your questions to Kristin. I encourage you, I don't have time. I need to sign off from class right now, but I encourage you to go on ahead and check out her post that I shared. Again, huge shout out, huge congratulations to our girl, Kristin. Just wow. Just wow. Look at her. Look at her in that kayak. And she had to be helped to her chair 2 years ago. She had to be helped outside. Bedridden. We are so proud of you, Kristin. Thank you so much for being the living example of this truth. Thank you for allowing me to share your beautiful story of transformation, and we just love you to pieces. We love you to pieces. You're always such a bright light in our group, and oh my gosh, I love you so much. All right, guys, that is the end of class for today. Tomorrow, there will be another class, so I will see you for that one. And in the meantime, keep it juicy, baby. Keep it juicy. Keep it fruity. Eat more fruits. All right? I love you so much.